Alright, you know it, and I know it. This is the time of the year. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Irene. I'm here to talk about my debt-free journey, finance, and personal development. Now there is one word, actually that's two words, I really dislike. And they are New Year resolution. And the reason why I have so much issues with the term New Year's resolution is because they are so wishy-washy. And they are wishy-washy, judging by how a lot of people execute them. You know, I completely understand, I get it. It's a New Year's, you want to make a difference, you want to have a better life. I do too. But what I see lacking in New Year's resolution in a lot of people is that the New Year's resolution itself is really just there to make them feel motivated, to feel good, to think I'm gonna crush it this year. But that's kind of it. That's where it stops. It kind of becomes a wishing list for a lot of people. Some people will put down, I want to go to the gym consistently and lose 50 pounds. But then why is it by February, by March, they stop going to the gym? For a lot of people who didn't achieve their resolution, it's because when they jot it down, the mindset there is, it's nice to have. But the determination is never there. It's, if I can get there, it'll be nice. If I didn't have to put as much work, it'll be nice. If the obstacle is not too big, I can probably get there. But the reality is, any bigger goals that will dramatically change the quality of your life will have obstacles, will have hard work involved, and depends on how you look at it, it will be difficult. And to overcome these obstacles, to actually achieve what you want to achieve, is where goal setting comes in. So just to illustrate the difference between setting a goal and writing down a New Year's resolution, imagine this. You want to go to Costco. You set down New Year resolution, I want to go to Costco. And what happened is, as soon as you walk out of the door and you realize, oh crap, I have to actually walk or drive to get there. And maybe you'll walk a little bit, you'll drive a little bit, but halfway you're like, oh, this is too much work. Yeah, it's nice to go to Costco, but yeah, it's not, yeah, no. And when you set down a goal, like, okay, I'm gonna go to Costco, and you know specifically, by getting there, you might not know the route, but you know, okay, I'll have to walk there. You know the work that you need to put in, either walk or drive. And you leave your house and hop in your car or start walking, and with the goal of going to Costco, you just keep going because you already know the difficulties or the work that you have to put in to get to Costco. So that is the difference between just having a New Year's resolutions and actually setting down a target to hit. So now you know the difference between setting a New Year's resolution and setting a goal. I'm going to share with you 7 goal setting success tips. So when you hit the end of 2021 and look back, you will be so proud of yourself, because these tips will ensure you to actually and definitely and certainly hit the goal that you always wanted to hit. Tip number 1, keep it minimal. Sometimes we'll have big ambitions and we want to achieve 5 or 10 things in the year, and in my experience, in my observation, I will say that's a little bit too much. You will overwhelm yourself and you will be paralyzed to not know what to do. So my suggestion is keep it minimal, do 3 the max. Like maximum, set 3 big goals that you definitely want to hit in this coming year. So once you narrow down to 3 goals, tip number 2 is to write them down. But don't just write down the outcome you want, write down the action step instead. What do I mean by that? Let's say you want to read 52 books. So instead of writing down, read 52 books in 2021. write down every day I will block 1 hour to read, or every day I will read 20 pages. So these are the action steps that you can take throughout the year. So instead of looking at 52 books and feel overwhelmed, break it down to tiny action, put it on your goal, and as long as you hit that goal every day or every second day, you know by the end of the year you will reach 52 books. With that being said, here is a bonus tip, but super important, that will go along with that second tip. Reverse engineer your goal. So back to the example, 52 books a year, that means a book a week. Then you want to really know, okay, how many pages do I need to read per day? Let's say an average book has about 250 pages. Then you can divide that by 7, and then you can figure out, okay, every day, as long as I read this amount of pages, by the end of the year, I will definitely hit my goal, 52 books. And since most of the goals, you will be working on them every single day throughout the year, tip number 3 is to keep your written goal handy. Stick the goal on the wall or put it on a tiny piece of paper that you can carry in your wallet with you anywhere, and you can pull it out to look at it anytime. So the purpose of this is so that you can remind yourself every day that, hey, this is where I'm heading, this is where I'm going. And by repeatedly reminding yourself, it will register in your brain. Your subconscious will kind of know that, okay, so this is a target we're gonna hit. And when your subconscious mind registers that, your action will follow. And even when the days that you kind of deviate from the goal, you're kind of doing something else, or you haven't touched a book for a while, your brain will kind of remind you like, oh, hey, remember that goal we set to read 52 books, so let's catch up. So you will kind of go back to doing that thing again instead of just thinking, okay, well, that's it, I didn't do it for 2 weeks, I'm done, not gonna do it anymore. And if you want to go one step further, what you can do is in the morning, you can write down your goal again. So every day, instead of just looking at the goal you already written down, write it down again to kind of have that mind-body connection, to refresh your memory, to tell your mind every day, comment that saying, this is what I'm going to do. This year, we're going to read 52 books. So by doing that, it's an even stronger reminder to yourself that you are going to do this, and by the end of the year, you'll be surprised by the result you get. Once you have written them down, you put it somewhere handy you can look at. Tip number 4 is you want to block time off your day to actually do them. So you want to allocate your time to do those activities that will help you to reach your goal. For me, the best way to block out time throughout my day is to use the calendar. So I highly suggest that you utilize either the Apple Calendar or the Google Calendar on your phone, because they are super powerful tools to keep you on top of your day and realistically your life. Tip number 5, I know it's December already, but if you can, next year or the year after, start early. So I actually like to start setting my goal for next year in November or December of this year, because what happens is once you set the goal, you can start doing them. And if you start in November or even December, like today, by the time you hit January, you already build some momentum, and having a momentum is literally the best way to keep going. So you don't get to January the 1st and be like, oh, a little bit hungover, right? It's like, okay, so today is the day I'm gonna start going to the gym, and like you don't really feel like it because you know you never feel like it on Monday or the 1st of the month. So I highly suggest, don't wait until like the beginning of like a time, like Monday or the 1st. Start as soon as possible. Start right now, because the truth is, if you really want to achieve a certain thing, you don't need to wait until that time, that perfect 1st or Monday to start, you can start right now. You can start anytime. Like, you should start right now. Like, as you're watching this video, after you finish watching it, start right now. And tip number 6 is having the mindset that stopping or resting doesn't mean you're giving up. So what happened a lot with a lot of people is they will set a goal, they'll go, like they will do so well for like 3 months straight, and then by the 4th month something happened, either life happened or they're just mentally not feeling well and they have to take a break. They stop. And as soon as they stop, they thought, okay, I just ruined everything, it's not gonna happen, I can't pick it back up, so let's just scratch the entire thing. So don't think like that, because you need to know that, first of all, you're not Superman. You can just keep go for your entire life or this whole year. You will have time where you just don't feel like it. You will have time when life happens and you need to put your energy to attending that. You will have time where you feel like, I need to take a break. Like, things happen and you just have to know that you can never go 100%. And if you do, maybe you can make a video to share how you go for 100% without feeling the burnout. But you need to take care of yourself as well while attending to your goal. And I know a big reason that a lot of people stop and not be able to go back is because they kind of see that, oh, when I go back, I wasn't really picking up where I left off. I kind of gone back to maybe like a few steps before where I was. And I know that is super discouraging. It's, you know, like you've put so much effort into getting to point C, but now you have to start again at point B. Like, that is 100% discouraging. I get it. But you have to know, if you don't pick back up, you will never get to point D. You might go back to point A. So if this is something you really want to do, just know that starting at point B is not necessarily a bad thing. It's not as far as you want to go, but just know, be proud that you're back and you're ready to go forward. Tip number 7, the last tip, and it's super important, is to know that if you didn't accomplish it this year, it doesn't mean you will never accomplish it. This is so important, and this tip alone can ensure that you reach your goal. So what happens often is people will set a year time to achieve a certain goal. And if that didn't happen by the end of the year, the first thought in their head is, well, okay, I will never ever achieve this goal ever again. I failed once and I will fail forever. And that simply is not true. Let me share 2 perspectives with you. The first perspective is sometimes people are not thinking how realistic their goal is. If someone wants to make $1 million a year, yes, it's achievable, but if their action step after they reverse engineer is not congruent with that end goal, then 1 year time may not be enough for them to get $1 million a year. It may take them 2 years, 3 years. So if they just stop at first year and thought, okay, well, that's not for me, I am destined to fail, then it's kind of a shame, because they could have achieved that by year 3, but they just kind of stopped in year 1 because they had an unrealistic goal. And the second perspective is, think about the goal you set and the habit and action step you need to do to reach that goal. If you have never done these things before, and our brains somehow thrive in comfort zone and familiarity, if you've never done any of these before, your brain's going to retrieve, and you're gonna have days where you just don't feel good. You maybe don't know why, but you just feel super uncomfortable. You don't want to go there. So days like this take time to get used to and take time to explore. So if you don't reach your goal within that time frame you set, just know that throughout these time, it's all you that's growing into that person that will reach that goal eventually. So by year 2, you might get there because you have given yourself enough time to grow into that person. My point is, if you've done everything you could, or if you've done your best throughout the year to reach the goal, and by December, you're just not there, forgive yourself, be proud of yourself, and understand that this is not the end of the game. You haven't failed, you're just in a part of your journey that the destination has yet to arrive. So these are the 7 goal-setting success tips I want to share with you guys. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and if you have any question, any comment, any observation, or you have a tips that you think will be helpful, please leave a comment below. I'll be highly appreciated. And if you want to learn similar topics about debt-free finance, personal development, hit the subscribe below. I will post every Sunday, 8 p.m. Vancouver time. And this is it for today. I wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Go crush that goal in 2021, and I'll see you in the next video.